Hello students, Sai Ram. Today we are going to start a new lesson, chapter number 4, Simple Equations. Before we start this lesson, I want to ask you some question. We want to recall what we have learnt in 6th standard. In 6th standard you have learnt about variables. What are variables? Variable, the word variable means something that can vary. That is change. It takes different numerical values. That means its value is not fixed. They are denoted by the letters of the alphabets such as X, Y, Z, L, M, N, P, etc. From variables we form expression. So what we understood from this? That variable can take any numerical value and its value is not fixed and it is denoted by any letter of the alphabet, and from variables only we form expressions. Now what are expressions? The expressions are formed by performing operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division on the variables. For example, here 10y minus 20. Here which variable is used? Here the variable is y and 10 is multiplied by y. So you got the product 10y and then 20 is subtracted from the product. So this is an example of an expression where the variable is y. Now the next example is from x. We form the expression 4x plus 5. For this first we multiplied x by 4 and then added 5 to the product. Now the value of an expression thus formed depends upon the chosen value of the variable. That means you can take any value of the variable. And let us see some examples here. When x is equal to 1, 4x plus 5, this is our expression. So it will become 4 multiplied by 1 plus 5. 4 into 1 is 4. 4 plus 5 is 9. So the value of expression will become 9. Now next, if you take the value of x as 5, 4x plus 5 will become 4 multiplied by 5 plus 5. So that will be 20 plus 5 is equal to 25. Now when the value of the variable is 15, that means x is equal to 15, then 4x plus 5 will become 4 multiplied by 15 plus 5. And 15 fours are 60, 60 plus 5 is 65. So the value of the expression will be 65. Now when you take x is equal to 0, 4x plus 5 will become 4 multiplied by 0 plus 5. 4 multiplied by 0 is 0 plus 5 will be 5 and so on. So this way whenever you take any value of the variable, the value of the expression also will change. Now we are going to understand terms of an expression. Terms are parts of a math expressions separated by mathematical operations like addition and subtraction. Now here there is an example 3x plus 5y minus 8, and in this expression you can see there are 3 terms, that is 3x, 5y and 8, and they are called as terms of an expression. Now what equation is? If we write 4x plus 5 is equal to 65. In this, there you can see there is an equality sign. The equality sign shows that the value of the expression to the left of the sign, that is left hand side, is equal to the value of the expression to the right of the sign, that is right hand side. And this is called as an equation. That means an equation will have an equal to sign in between, and LHS of the equation should be equal to RHS of the equation. Here you can see the expression 4x plus 5 is on left hand side and on right hand side there is a number 65. and in between there is a there is an equal to sign. So this is called as an equation. Now if there is some other sign, some sign other than equality sign between LHS and the RHS, then it is not an equation. Thus, if we write 4x plus 5 is greater than 65, that means we are not using equal to sign. Here greater than sign is written. It says that the value of 4x plus 5 is greater than 65. Similarly, if we use this sign 4x plus 5 is less than 65, then also it is not an equation. It says that the value of 4x plus 5 is smaller than 65. So this tells that if you use any other sign other than equal to sign, then it will not form an equation. Now see here, the RHS of an equation may be an expression containing the variable. So it's not necessary on right hand side there will be a number. There can be an expression containing the variable also. For example, here you see 4x plus 5 is equal to 6x minus 25. So there is a variable x. Has the expression 4x plus 5 on the left and 6x minus 25 on the right of the equality sign. So this is also called as an example of an equation. In short, an equation is a condition on a variable. Now what is that condition? The condition is that two expressions should have equal value. Note that at least one of the two expressions must contain the variable. So at least one of the two expressions must have the variable. Then only we can call it as an equation. Now here you see the equation 6x minus 25 is equal to 4x plus 5 is the same as 4x plus 5 is equal to 6x minus 25. So what difference you can see in this two equation? Only the place is interchanged. Their position has been interchanged. 6x plus minus 25 is there on left hand side of the first equation and 6x minus 25 is on the right hand side of the second equation. So only the place, the position is changed, interchanged. An equation remains the same when the expression on the left and on the right are interchanged. This property is often useful in solving equations. So when you learn to solve equation, sometimes we interchange the position and we find out the value of the variable. Now this is an example. You see here 2x plus 2 is equal to 4. Now you can see it is an equation. Why it is an equation? Because there is an equality sign and you can see on left hand side there is an expression 2x plus 2 is an expression you have learned just now and 4 is a number on right hand side. There can be expression also on right hand side, but here there is a number on right hand side. And what is x here? X is a variable. Now let us do some examples based on what we have learned now. Write the following statements in the form of equation. Now here they have given you some statement. We are going to frame equations based on the statements. The first statement is the sum of 3 times x and 11 is 32. So this we are going to write step by step. First we will write 3 times x. So you have learned in 6th standard, times means you have to multiply. So 3 will be multiplied by x. 3 times x means 3 into x. And 3 multiplied by x is how much? 3x. And then the next part, sum of 3x and 11. Sum of 3x and 11 will be 3x plus 11. You know already what is sum. And then they have given you the sum, the result is 32. So now we will be framing the equation. The equation is 3x plus 11 is equal to 32. So I hope you all understood. Now next one, if you subtract 5 from 6 times a number, you get 7. Now this is again one more statement. We have to frame an equation. Now first we will find out 6 times a number. And before we find out 6 times a number, we have to assign a variable to the number. So let us say the number as z. So let us take variable z for the number. Then 6 times, again we are going to multiply z multiplied by 6 or 6 multiplied by z, because 6 times a number will be 6z. Because number we have assigned as z, so it will be 6z. And then you have to subtract 5 from 6z. So subtracting 5 from 6z, one gets 6z minus 5. And the result is given, you get 7. So how will you write? 6z minus 5 is equal to 7. So the equation is 6z minus 5 is equal to 7. Now example number 2. Convert the following equation in statement form. Now here there are some equations. We will write this in statement form. Now the first example is x minus 5 is equal to 9. So this can be written in many statement form. First is taking away 5 from x gives 9. Because when we are subtracting, we use this word taking away. Or you can write subtract 5 from x, you get 9. Or you can write the difference, because difference means subtraction. The difference between x and 5 is 9. So you can write in any of this way. Then next example is 5p is equal to 20. So 5p means 5 times a number p. So 5 times a number p is 20. Now third example is 3n plus 7 is equal to 1. So we can write this in this way. Add 7 to 3 times n to get 1. So these all are the statement form of these equations. Now let us go to example number 3. Consider the following situation. Raju's father's age is 5 years more than 3 times Raju's age. Raju's father is 44 years old. Set up an equation to find Raju's age. Now here we don't know Raju's age. So we'll write we do not know Raju's age. If you don't write also we'll do. So we'll start from here. Let us take Raju's age be y years. Because you have to assign a variable. Before framing an equation, you have to assign a variable. Now here Raju's age be y years. Now 3 times Raju's age will become 3 times means multiply. 3 will be multiplied by y. So you will get 3y years. Now the next part, Raju's father's age is 5 years more than 3 times Raju's age. So 3 times already we have calculated, but 5 years more than. So 5 years more means what you are going to do? We are going to add. So Raju's father will be 3y plus 5. Raju's father is 3y plus 5 years old. Now Raju's father's age is given. Raju's father is 44 years old. So we will write like this, 3y plus 5 is equal to 44. So here you can see the variable is y. So when you solve this equation, you will get the value of y, and y is Raju's age. Now let us see another example. A shopkeeper sells mangoes in 2 types of boxes, one small and one large. A large box contains as many as 8 small boxes plus 4 loose mangoes. Set up an equation which gives the number of mangoes in each small box. The number of mangoes in a large box is given to be 100. So now step by step we are going to write first. So first we will start from small box. Let a small box contain m mangoes. So we have assigned a variable m here. Then the large box will be, a large box contains 4 more than 8 times, because they have given as many as 8 small boxes. So if small box has m mangoes, so it will be 8 times m. So 4 more than 8 times m will be 8m plus 4. So 8m plus 4, and they have given the number of mangoes in a large box is how much? It is 100. So we'll write 8m plus 4 is equal to 100. So now when you will solve this equation, you got an equation now, 8m plus 4 is equal to 100. When you solve this equation, you will get the value of m. And m is nothing but the number of mangoes in a small box. Now, this is your home assignment for today. Whatever we have learned today, based on this, there are some questions. Please try to write down all this thing in your homework notebook, or if you have a rough notebook, in that you please write it down. And try to do the sums of the first exercise. That much for today. Next topic I will take next time. Thank you.